This game, this rivalry, predates television.
Second season, you said, okay, Jed, if you'd like to rather slow down Washington or score points, which would you go for? He said, our offense is what gets us in gear, and they got a really good offense.
No doubt about it. And when they're healthy, they got that 1-2-3 punch. We've seen this before. When you have that combination quarterback, key running back in Jonah Coleman and Denzel Boston, if those two, Coleman and Boston, are healthy, then Damon Williams becomes the wild card. And I'll say right now, for Washington to beat this Oregon team, Damon has to have his A game for them to have a chance to win.
Well, we're going to find out. Before we kick it, though, we check in. Third member of our team, as always, Jenny Dell. Jenny?
Well, Brad, everyone in this entire stadium knows the outcome of the Ohio State-Michigan game. The Buckeyes won, except there's still one person that's still in the dark, and that is Dan Lanning. Lanning told me pregame that he does not want to know the result, even though the Buckeyes win ended Oregon's Big Ten title hopes. Coach knows someone will try and tell him, and he's shutting that down. The message here is simple. He said, stay locked into this game. He told me this rivalry isn't fueled by hate. It is fueled by the love for each other. Brad, he said the team that executes and handles the chaos, they will win today. And for Lanning, this win, that's all that matters.
No, they have handled it well all season long. Only one setback. We saw that one to Indiana. They've won the rest. The weather, winds are calm, 47 degrees. Feels a little cooler than that to us, especially to Jenny. This is the 118th meeting between these two teams, and the Huskies have the advantage. They've won 3 of the last 4. The Ducks won 15 of the previous 17. And we said to Dan Lanning yesterday, or Jenny asked him, did you know much about this rivalry when you got the job 4 years ago? He said, I didn't know a lot about football in the West, but when I got here, I found out they don't like us at all.
Well, and deservedly so. When you lose a couple championship games by 3 points to get in it, you can feel that hurts.
Oregon won the toss and deferred, so UW will receive, and we're underway. Adam Muhammad will take the fair catch, and will bring the Huskies out to the 25-yard line, and that means the guy Gary just said has got to have his A game. Damon Williams. He's had a lot of A games, very few B, C, or D's this year. 72%, almost 3,300 yards coming in. Yeah, and he's got great wheels, too.
He does, but his first start a year ago against this Oregon team, he had a good game, 17 for 20, but he was sacked 10 times. I'm sure he remembers that as he starts this game off.
And as Jed Fish said to us yesterday, Gary, did you have to bring that up? Jonah Coleman, whether he's 100% or not, he's the starting tailback number 1 behind Amon, and he gets the handle. And on the first carry, gets 4 or 5. As we take a look at some of the players to watch today, Zachary Henning starting off at center, and he's going to have his hands full. Bear Alexander right now is playing his best football for Oregon.
Yeah, went and watched that game tape over from a week ago. I was almost embarrassed that he didn't say enough about him. He was a dominating force in that game.
Pick up a 4 for Jonah. 2nd down and 6. Play action. Williams, plenty of time, and now running out of it. And he's knocked down back at the 20. To Ioti, who had a big game a week ago in the win over USC, and he's got the sack.
Yes, match that outside right here from that normal spot. Tatum, pretty good time, had enough to, actually the chip block by Coleman actually provided the angle for him to come in and get the sack on the play. I thought Willis had him stopped until the chip block changed the angles.
So those 10 sacks a year ago, the first one here forces a 3rd down at 14 from the 21-yard line. Empty backfield, Damon Williams. And he's going to take off with it. Got a lot of ground to make up, and he won't get anywhere near there. Got to the 30 before Thieneman made the tackle, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, if you're going to put a spy on the quarterback, Thieneman is the guy that they're going to use. They play that deep shell, especially in long yardage, and he's in there to clean it up. He's a tackling machine as a safety.
That brings out the punting unit. Luke Dunn, Malik Benson, who took one the distance last week, has got to call fair catch on this one. And so it's a 3 and out for the Huskies, and now it's time for Dante Moore to take over. You talk about great numbers between two quarterbacks. I mean, they're very similar. 73% completion, almost 2,500 yards, and 23 touchdowns total. So they'll work from the 33-yard line, just inside the 34. And already the sideline trying to get the crowd into it, and they're into it. From the 29, Noah Whittington got to the 30. That's it. Players to watch going the other way. And a good note allowed. That guy doesn't let anybody in. Lalulu, who was banged up a week ago, but he's out there. And Exree Alexander, the number 2 tackler from his linebacker position for the Huskies.
Strong on balance to the left. Only one offensive lineman to the right of the center here.
They'll keep it on the ground. Whittington got a couple. It's going to be 3rd down at about 7.
Adjusted well by the Huskies defense. I mean, this is mandatory. If they do not stop this powerful physical run game for Oregon, Dante Moore gives them too many options from there. They must make them a passing team.
Going with some tempo on 3rd down at 7. Moore fires sideline. Got it.
Man,
what a throw. And it's Jeremiah McClellan. 1st down, Ducks.
You know, that's decent coverage. You play man-to-man coverage. I think it was Robinson was a number 6 that had a man-to-man. It was down here to the outside. But watch how good this throw is. There's only about 1.5 yards to put this ball to the outside, and he does.
All the way to the 33-yard line, a 35-yard pickup on that pass play. And Whittington back to the ground. Oregon on their opening march. 11 straight wins on the road, and we saw the one loss at home for the Huskies in the last basically 3 years, and that was Ohio State. So we've seen a lot of those road wins. We saw the one home loss of the last 26. And now we're watching the Ducks on their opening drive with a 2nd down and 5. Deep ball, sideline, in and out of the hands of Malik Benson. Pretty good coverage by Ephesius Prysock.
Both of those balls were thrown in the proper spot. Either your guy gets it or nobody gets it.
3rd down and 5. Oregon right at 50% on their 3rd down conversions on the year.
Yeah, the last one was a great pass to convert that long one up the sideline on 3rd down.
Again, empty backfield. Dante Moore on the 28-yard line has time. Pocket collapsing down the seam. Almost picked off. Incomplete. And it was Ryan Dillard-Allen who almost had an interception.
I think Jacob Lane puts the pressure inside on this throw. Tuiota got it. Last one for Oregon got the sack, but this pressure just forced this ball a little wide from that left side. Just let him too much.
Atticus Sappington, his season long is 46. That's where he's going to try to knock this one through from to give the Ducks the early lead. And he's got it. Sappington right down the middle. So good opening drive for the Ducks. Huskies will have it for the 2nd time on offense when we come back.
Football stadium, I might pick this spot right here.
Yeah, it's a pretty good spot.
Yeah, nice lake.
You can
good.
Look at there. You can look at Mount Rainier. You can look at the lake.
Not bad at all. I mean, you'd like to say the hurry-up caught Washington off balance, but it was really the perfect throw that changed it, right?
Another one of those perfect throws.
Yep.
Seems like we've seen a lot of those this year. Zapping his kickoff. Muhammad gonna let it fly. They'll bring it out to the 25. A year ago, Gary mentioned this, Damon Williams' first career start last season against #1 Oregon, had 17 completions for 201 yards and 1 touchdown, but the last play provided maybe the future for this team. He's become something special.
Yeah, we had him right after that in the Sun Bowl, and Jed came into our meeting. We got our guy. He proved it. He did it the week before this game against UCLA when he came off the bench, but he became the starter after that game, starting against Oregon.
The Sun Bowl, he went for 374 and 4 touchdowns and ran for 48 yards and another score. We were like, wow, this kid. But that's more like a year ago. Nobody blocked on that backside.
Yeah, that was Nasir Wyatt, number 32, the outside player, coming in almost in a kind of a bear look to the outside. It's a naked, and that's the worst thing can happen when you're naked.
And he was unclothed.
You come out the back door and there's somebody standing there, that's for sure.
Loss is 7.
2 sacks already in 2 series.
Denzel Boston, let's see if they try to get him involved. Damon Williams would like to get him involved, and incomplete. That one out of bounds anyway, intended for Chris Lawson.
You really have to give defensive coordinator Tosh Lupoi a lot of credit, coming with that edge bear look blitz. Oh, that was close, wasn't it?
Yeah, I said he was out of bounds, but wait a minute.
And you get hit by the bear as you let it go. Did he drag that foot? I think he did.
Oh.
I would overturn that if I was the review.
You got to look at this, and they will. Ron Snodgrass says, let's slow it down. We're going to look upstairs.
Boy, that was great technique there. They practice it all the time. They usually take mats out on the practice field, and they practice sliding and making that catch.
I immediately said he's out of bounds, but these guys are so athletic, and Chris Lawson, in this case, Gene Territor is with us. Gino?
Words out of my mouth, Ness. We were just talking just about how good they are with those feet. Chris Lawson, watch that right foot. You see a little pellets come just as that ball comes to his hands, and he sticks that catch. I think it's in, Ness. I would think they're going to overturn this to a catch.
Wow. Amazing.
Should count as a catch, but also remember it'll still be 3rd and long on this play.
That's true. And at least it gives them a shot. Monty Montgomery is our replay official.
And it really feels so far like Tosh Lupoi is in the huddle for this Oregon defense. He's had the right call out. He anticipated that bootleg call with the brush off the edge. And
after review, it was a completed pass at the 23-yard line, 3rd down.
And after Damon Williams delivered that, this is Bear Alexander bearing down on him with that hit right near the goal line.
Yeah, I like the no call there.
So 3rd down and 13. Huskies number 4 in the country in 3rd down conversions, but maybe not a lot of 3rd down and 13 conversions. They've got to get to the 35. Williams look to the right now, scrambling for his life, and throws it away. Bryce Betcher was coming with the heat.
You know, that's what I was going to say. Bryce Betcher has such great instincts on when to stay back. He's right here on the right side of the screen, but as he feels it, Betcher just closes the gap from the right side. Look at that acceleration, and really makes it no chance to break it. You know, this Washington team has only gone 3 and out 10 times this year, and they went back-to-back 3 and out.
And that means the punt, and the punter got hit. Let's see if there's a flag.
Oh, man.
Malik Benson with a fair catch, but I saw the punter go down as soon as he turned.
Remember, running into the kicker is only 5 yards. Roughing would be a 1st down.
And I think Ron Snodgrass, holding up 5 fingers, might have said he's running into, not roughing. We'll wait and see.
I think that's a good call, too. He just spun him.
Kingston Lopa was the guy coming in on the special teams. Another look from a different angle. And, yeah, that wasn't much.
Yeah. I'd give him 3-yard penalty on that if I could. There's got to be one more category.
Running into the kicker, defense number 2. The penalties declined. 1st down, Oregon. Timeout.
I would also give him best supporting actor.
Yes, well, you got to do it. You got to try.
Just under 10 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Well,
Here, just in the last month, here's a few of them.
yeah, it's hard to determine which one is best, right? That was a game winner
This one a game breaker.
for sure. And
This
it's
one
out
just plain pretty.
across, and this was a game starter right here, right?
Yep. That was a 35-yard right down the pipe. That's what Dante Moore's been doing all year long. So accurate to the tune, as we said earlier, 73% on the year. Yair Hill and Jordan Davison, the two freshman backs, flank him right now on this series. Davison, the touchdown maker, gets the handle and goes for about 5.
So that veteran defensive line for Washington inside, they play 6 players inside, and they're big. They got 4 seniors in there. They must stand up inside and control that running game.
Second down and 5. Kenyon Sadiq is the motion man. Moore looks that way, comes back, completes it to the underneath man, Jordan Davison. And X-Ray Alexander is right there to meet him. It'll bring up third down.
Just feel a little bit different with Dante Moore at quarterback than Dylan Gabriel a year ago. I felt Dylan had to run the whole show. I feel like Dante's just a piece of the action for this team. A good piece, I'll give you that.
Third and 2. They'll throw for it. Plenty of time. Crossing right. He threw it behind him. Incomplete. And almost got picked off by Prysock.
Yeah, he really missed him on this throw. Coming across, running back on the play, only wanted the short pass. Look at the time he has. Just a 3-man rush. Can go anywhere. He's got the first down, but behind a running back, you might get a receiver to make that catch. Very unusual for a running back to make it.
That's a rare miss for him. And brings out the punter, James Ferguson Reynolds.
He didn't have that laser dialed in there, did
Nope, not at all. Taken by Roebuck at the 14. He maybe leaned forward for a yard. That's it. But so far, the Huskies haven't been able to do.
Play the game, gained 4 yards. Since then, he hasn't touched it. It's been in the quarterback hands. I think with 2 3 and outs, he needs to go back to Coleman or the running back, whoever's in there.
And they don't want to get in 3rd and 14 and 3rd and 12. Those
Correct.
were their first 2 third down situations. Adam Muhammad is in at tailback. Muhammad coming off a 100-yard game in the win over UCLA last week. And this is Damon Williams on the keeper. Oh, man, did he get hit after about a 5-yard gain. There, Alexander and Dylan Thieneman, and here's live action, and here's the hit.
Boy, that's... How about that effort from Bear Alexander coming from his defensive tackle spot to chase down the quarterback on the zone read play?
Bear Alexander started his career at Georgia, then to USC, and now to Oregon, and he's playing his best ball. They used to say he was full of potential, and my good friend Jerry Ray used to say potential's a French word that means not worth a damn yet. He's worth something now.
He sure is, and Coach Lanning was talking about him, that he has emerged. You're going to wonder if Thieneman is going to be taken off the field just to see if he's okay. Yep.
And he's got his helmet off, and that's what's going on the sideline right now. Part of that collision on this hit.
He was being blocked from behind. He took it right on his right shoulder.
So a pickup of 6, and now under center. And Muhammad on the outside. Muhammad, a big gainer.
Well, there's no doubt that this Washington team needs to establish the running game. They did it on first down on a zone read. They can't keep going back in the pocket and getting negative plays. Look at this blocking up front. Carver Willis, the left tackle, gets out and gets the key block, so he got more than just an 8-yard gain. He got the big gain.
Adam picked up 22 on that one out to the 43-yard line. So a first down, and now the Huskies have something to work with. Williams again under center, and the stretch play to Muhammad. And Muhammad leaning forward, taking some tacklers with him.
And they have to keep this Oregon defense honest. You know that Oregon has said, we want to stop the Washington quarterback, running the ball, throwing the ball. They must establish something else for Oregon to defend.
Spielman's back in there. So apparently he's okay as we worked our way under the 7-minute mark. First quarter, Oregon by 3. The Huskies driving here as they near midfield for the first time today. Devon Williams, swing pass out to Muhammad, made one man miss. And he gets the first down and then some. Boy, he has come out looking fresh.
He has. Adam Muhammad is also comes from that Arizona tree Jed was recruiting, ended up bringing him here, and he has emerged more snaps with the nick to Jonah Coleman. He has not been able to play as much lately with that left knee problem.
Muhammad, an Arizona native out of Glendale, and he's come out both as a runner and now as a receiver as the Huskies have moved it into duck territory at the 44-yard line. They fake it to him. Williams got a block and throws out in the flat, complete to Omari Evans. Nope, I guess he took it off the turf.
Yeah, kind of a cute play that time. Desmond Robick, the wide receiver, this was a designed scramble, and that bounced.
One hopper.
Nice little design scramble. Watch the receiver come over here and block so the quarterback can get out. Number 81, he's going to get the end man on the line of scrimmage. All you got to do is slow him down, but a missed throw. Both quarterbacks have missed an easy one so far.
That one would have been a pretty big gainer as well.
Oh,
Muhammad, nothing there.
Holy cow. We love the way this guy plays. Watch him read this play and take it on. He's almost there before the running back gets there. Betcher coming in. This is not a called play. He reads this action, and he takes it on, beats the guard to the spot. Actually, it was the tight end that he fanned off on that play. Well, what a play by Betcher.
Bryce Betcher was having a little chat with John Mills, the tackle, after making that tackle. He leads the club, closing in on 100 for the season. 3rd down and 10 again. And the slant is way too high.
Another bad throw.
Intended for Roebuck. Bryce Betcher, this was after making the tackle. Well, he's smiling, and Mills is saying, how do you do that? I don't know. Yeah, just instinct.
John Mills, just a freshman his first year, and he goes, I've been watching you, man. You're hard to block.
So Luke Dunn will punt it away. Malik Benson, we mentioned a week ago, we saw him take 185 yards for a touchdown. He's going to get out of the way of this one, and it's going to be knocked back into play. Great job by the punting unit.
I think in college it breaks the plane, and I think it's going to be called a touchback on the play.
The officials are talking it over, and it will. Good call, Gary.
Yeah, in the NFL, you can. In the NFL, you can jump up and throw it back. In college, it's the ball, not the player.
Can't tell from that angle, but you can from here. Oh,
yep,
yeah, the ball's a yard in.
Yep. See, that would have been a legal NFL play, but not a legal college play.
Seattle here. Great look. And so far, the two quarterbacks, they both missed some open receivers that probably would have been big gainers.
Well, one thing the Washington offense did is did give their defense a little bit of rest. 2 3-and-outs. You go 3 times 3 and out, you start to scramble on defense.
So with that touchback, it'll be the Ducks from the 20-yard line. Noah Whittington, the tailback, next to Dante Moore. He'll get the call straight ahead and goes for 5 or 6. Exree Alexander made the tackle. The 3 running backs that Oregon uses, the veteran and Noah Whittington, 7.7 a carry. Jordan Davison, 13 touchdowns, the touchdown maker. And then you got De'Air Hill as well. This throw, Sadiq had a hand on it and couldn't hold it. That's not a penalty marker. That's somebody's mouth guard. And Prysock into coverage.
I think on this play, Prysock knocks it out at the end. He might have bobbled it and caught it, but Oh my God, they had each other covered as good as you can. But did he hold his right arm because?
Yeah, it looked like it.
Yes. Or Sadiq was holding off Prysock, one of the two.
With those guns of Sadiq's, it's hard to tell if anybody could hold his arm down or not. At any rate, back to the live action where it's 3rd down and 4. Whittington comes over to get the call and will settle in with more. Clock winding down. They got the snap off. Dante, look out! Wow! Like a rocket. Coming in on the blitz was Dylan Robinson.
Yeah, corner cat that time. You have to be aware of that team thing when you're there. When the safety's over and bump and run, this is the guy on the near hash. This danger when you're near that hash. He's almost like a linebacker, and Dante Moore never sees it. He's fortunate to have held onto the ball. And I think on that play, Robinson tried to punch it out as well.
Robinson, a freshman from Laverne, California, with a big hit and a loss of 8. It'll bring out Ferguson Reynolds to punt inside his own 5. And they'll have to get out of the way of this one. It's going to roll down, and now we got a little pushing and shoving. Did somebody touch? Here we go. There comes the flag. The back judge says we're going to try to keep this civil right here in the first quarter.
I think that's going to be on Oregon, though, and last week they had 11 of them for 130 yards. Let's see what happens here. This could be an important 15-yard penalty for a Washington offense that's struggling.
Here's the end of the play.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, kicking team number 0, his first of the game, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Dalen Austin, the guilty party.
Yeah, just a little too far again, a little bit too much emotion. I'm sure Dan Lanning has warned his team. He told us Friday night, we cannot keep doing this. Tries to knock the Washington player into the ball.
There it is. And on the other end, a little wrestling going on around the punter as well.
Like rolling in the mud on the back end, wasn't it? There's just no mud out here.
Well, they started doing this in 1900, and
yeah, no, they're having a meeting out here. Would they pick this up? Nope. What's going to happen here? Mark off 15. They're going to do it from the 41.
all right, so it's going into Duck territory. They'll put it down at the 44-yard line. Dan Lanning said some of those penalties last week I didn't agree with, but my guys lost their cool on some other ones, and I did agree with those.
That was a silly one. He tried to do something a little bit too much and put the referees back into the game.
So great field position to start here for the Huskies. The Duck 44. Adam Muhammad straight up the middle, and he blasts his way for 10.
Well, let's give some attaboys to that offensive line up front this time. Going right at this defensive line. Good job up front from Zachary Henning. Center in this game, playing for Landon Hatchett. It's his 3rd start, doing a good job. That was a key block by the center.
He was one of our players to watch, and we just watched him open up a gigantic hole for his tailback, Adam Muhammad. He got 9. They don't give him the first down. It's 2nd and 1. And he's got the 1, and he's got about 10 more.
Well, he is explosive, is he not?
Thieneman finally brings him down.
Great size, 220 pounds, 6 foot. Great feet, good blocking again to the outside. How about the receivers downfield, making sure they stay on their guy to the outside. A second time Desmond Roebuck, number 81, has had key blocks.
Jonah Coleman on the sideline. He started the game, but it's been Muhammad that's warmed up the ground attack for the Huskies down to the 21-yard line. He got 14 more on that last carry. Play fake, pump fake, and to the end zone. Intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jaden Kennedy.
Boy, I tell you, Jed, Things are going well. Tried to get a gimmick play. It was out and up. Kennedy right there, who had such a fantastic game a week ago against USC, and Makai Lemon comes through again. Very aware football player, knew that he had a linebacker isolated on the play, and he helped out just like a safety should.
Dan Lanning said so instinctive, so smart. Kennedy, who had an interception a week ago, he's got another one at the goal line for the Ducks here, preventing a touchdown.
You know you got the matchup you want with the linebacker on the receiver. That's their number one receiver in Boston, but you gotta find that safety.
Only the 7th interception by Damon Williams, and a great play by number 22. And it gives the Ducks back the ball at the 20-yard line. Jabari Johnson, the tight end, joins the backfield group. He's going to be the lead blocker. Yep, he is going to be the lead blocker for Dante Moore. And a good run, positive yardage. CBS tomorrow, don't miss a moment of the action in the #1 show on television. Justin Hartley stars in an all-new Tracker tomorrow on CBS.
One more point on that interception for Damon Williams. That's his first interception in a home game. Came into this game with 171 straight throws. First home interception.
Dante Moore got 6 yards on that run. 2nd down and 4. The pistol set. Noah Whittington behind him. Noah gets the candle and got about 3. So we're down 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Another 3rd down, but 3rd and short here. De'Aaron Hill comes in to join the backfield group for Oregon. Husky faithful try to make some noise to get a 3rd down stop for their defense. Under center. And the inside handoff goes to Davison. And I don't know.
The officials have got him across the line, so it will be a 1st down. Touchback, just got to touch the 30-yard line, and they've got him even across the 30.
He didn't need much, and he didn't really get much, but he got enough.
He actually got a favorable spot, did he not?
That was really close.
Yes. I mean, he might have got to the 30, but he didn't get past it by much, that's for sure.
They're going to spot it at the 31, as Gary said. I think that was pretty gracious of them. Little hesitation by Davison, and again, he has to struggle for a yard. The Husky defense doesn't give much on the ground. They give up 103 yards a game, which is in the top 20 in the country.
Well, when we were talking to Ryan Walters about how many tackles these running backs for Oregon breaks, he said, yeah, we got to center up our tackles, but we have to swarm the football, and they are on these runs.
Second and 8, maybe the final play of the quarter. Moore got it complete to Jabari Johnson. And you know, you talk a lot about Kenyon Sadiq, number 18, but number 9 ain't bad either.
Yeah, they just had the same corner blitz that they got him the time before, and this time Dante sees it, throws the ball at it, and completes it for the 1st down.
It's the end of the 1st quarter.
Another big
timeout on the
target.
field.
Our AT&T pylon cam shows him pick up 11 yards to pick up a 1st down to end the quarter in Seattle. Here in Seattle at Husky Stadium, 3-0. 6th-ranked Oregon in front, and on the 6th play of their drive coming up. From their own 44-yard line, Sadiq in motion, settles in the top of your screen. Dante Moore, the play fake. He's looking towards Sadiq, and now comes back the other way. And incomplete. Broken up, and a flag comes in. Prysock is going to be called for pass interference on Malik Benson.
Yeah, Malik Benson beat him clearly, and nothing Prysock could do but to take the interference. He knew he was in trouble, couldn't see the ball. It was underthrown, so that put Prysock in a tough
Pass
position,
interference.
but
Defense, number 7. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
they're taught to do that. If you could beat like that, you take the 15-yard penalty instead of the sure completion.
So that moves it to the 41 of Washington. First down. Jordan Davison remains the setback. Dante Moore has a look at that Husky defense. Jabari Johnson and Kenyon Sadiq, two tight ends set to the right. Looked like maybe they pulled early, but no flags. And Jenny moments ago talked with Jed Fish.
Coach, what adjustments can help Damon settle down and get back to his strengths?
Yeah, we got to find a way to complete some passes. Running the ball well, trying to do different things in the passing game. We just haven't gotten a rhythm.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
As you saw, only the second time trailing at the end of the quarter at home this year. Second down and 8 at the Husky 39. Moore in the shotgun. Quick drop, quick throw to the outside. It's Sadiq, but it's only about a 2-yard gain. Nice coverage on that side by Vincent Holmes.
Yeah, I think you'll concede that type of throw to Kenyon Sadiq on that second down play. I know it was set up now for third and medium and maybe even 4-down territory for Oregon, but if you're playing one-on-one on 18, you got to give them something, and that seems like a reasonable give.
Crowd getting in Dante Moore's ear as he tries to let his offensive line know what he wants on 3rd down and 5. And he keeps it. Dante's got the first down. Slides past the 30, and he can move the chains.
There's no way you can overlook the way that this guy, Dante Moore, can read the coverage and say, yes, I need to keep this one. Kenyon Sadiq downfield blocking. He does not want to run the ball, but he will.
I was just going to say, you said to him kiddingly last week,
you were going to say
you like running? Not really.
We've been together too long. I can tell you wanted to say the same thing.
First down, just inside the 30. Has time. Side up. Oh, that one just came out of his hands funny, and a little shoving on the edge, incomplete. Looked like maybe did he try to pull that back or what?
Eligible receiver number 0 is in the vicinity.
Home run ball to Sadiq on the play going down the middle. Watch, Washington has 2 guys on him on the play. They're not going to let number 18 get downfield for an easy one. Almost 3 players covering him on the play. That's where I think they wanted to go with the football.
Maybe he just slipped setting up to throw. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. But, you know, he wanted to go to Sadiq, and when he adjusted, didn't have his feet on him.
On 2nd and 10, he looks that way again, and now comes with Sadiq on a slant, and they're all over that. He maybe got 3 yards, and that's it.
Well, how about that play by Zach DeFree? We were here when he got injured against the Ohio State game. This time they drop him, and they right into the perfect spot because he looked like number 18. Sadiq had a clear alley, but they drop him right into the play.
Another 3rd down. Whittington in motion out of the backfield. The throw goes to Noah. If he gets a blocker, he might get there. He's close, but he's out of bounds, a yard shy.
Yeah, it's going to be about a yard short, your correct, Ness, on this play. It was going to him all the way, blocking downfield. Nobody else is even looking for the ball. And right at the end of the play, good job just getting off the block and keeping it for a 4th down play.
4th down and a yard. The Ducks are 12 out of 19 on the year on 4th down. And if you think it was loud here a moment ago, it's about to go up a couple decibels. Whittington didn't get it.
I think Lanning took a timeout on the play. Oh, I don't think so. I think they're calling it. I think Dan
Charge
Lanning ran
timeout,
over there.
Oregon. They're
Yes.
first. It's a 30-second timeout.
It's a good thing he did. If the play continues, they're short.
Yeah, I don't think they were in the formation that either Will Stein or Dan Lanning wanted on the play, and you're right. They would not have made it, so that was a big timeout for the head coach.
And Noah almost dropped it, too, right there.
Yep.
Had it on his hip.
You know, that's the second slip so far. Dante Moore on the throw, and I thought that Noah slipped on that play.
You saw the head linesman get that timeout call before the snap. So it's going to be 4th down and 1 again.
One note about this Oregon offensive line, they're all back and healthy. They were nicked up. Isaiah World is back playing at left tackle. Balaulo's in there, Harkey's in there. They got their regular lineup in the offensive line.
Yeah, we saw him have to shuffle things a lot against USC last week, and there's Poncho with a big smile. He's like, we're coming at you on 4th and 1, guys. This is the 12th play of the Duck drive. Noah Whittington with Dante Moore in the shotgun. Going shotgun on 4th and 1. And it's going to be a pitch on the edge, and Whittington down the sideline. Inside the 5, 1st down.
Alex Harkey got away with a hold on the play on the option. Watch Harkey right here grab the linebacker and gets away with it on the option to the weak side. He reaches out at the last second and watch him grab him. And that's really got him around the corner. Oregon gets away with one.
17-yard pickup, 1st and goal at the 4, Whittington to the 1. And now they're going tempo. At the 1-yard line, 2nd down and goal. Noah Whittington, no, it's going to be Dante Moore. Touchdown, Oregon. So 2 runs on that series by number 5, and the second one goes for a touchdown.
Well, he's reading Zach DeFree, number 5 on this play. And when DeFree crashes from the outside, right around, he just keeps it. He doesn't want to make that tackle from behind. You got to keep that ball and just force your way into the end zone.
Atticus Savington in for the point after. Up and good.
DeFree thought he had the guy, and all of a sudden, he didn't have the ball.
He doesn't run it much. The first time he's run it to the end zone. That followed the interception. They went 80 yards in 14 plays. That started it from the 20. And then Dante Moore has not been in the end zone with his legs this year. He got that one, and then he got another one for the score.
Touchdowns against Michigan, including this pure 50-yarder to Carnell Tate, expanding their lead and ending their 4-game losing streak against their arch rivals. Sayin still on pace for the best completion percentage ever in a season. Diego Pavia trying to get Vandy their first 10-win season ever, guys. Tied at 14 right now. Back to you.
All right, Zook, thanks. Here it's 10-0 Oregon. The interception by Kennedy, and then an 80-yard drive in 14 plays. This kick, that's a live ball right now from the 11-yard line. Adam Muhammad still going. And he's all the way out to the 45-yard line.
That looked like disaster all the way, didn't it, for
did.
a while? It was a knuckleball, wasn't fielded cleanly, then almost fumbled, and then all of a sudden, he's going for it.
He's going, okay, here comes the ball. Wait a minute. Hit me in the face. And then he goes 34 yards after that.
And then he accelerates. Look at that. Ooh.
So good starting field position. Well, Jed told Jenny, we need completions. Right now they sure do, because Damon Williams is 2 out of 6 for 13 yards and an interception.
Yeah, against UCLA last week, he started out 8 for 15 for 55 in the first half.
So they'll keep it on the ground. 4-yard pickup by Jonah Coleman.
seems like an important drive to me for Washington right here. They got to put on points on the board. The defense has done a decent job. I know it was a long drive right there, but they've been out there pretty long. Only 17 plays for the Washington team so far.
Coleman dropped for a 3-yard loss. The first hit by Brandon Finney.
Yeah, the true freshmen were hard to call them true after you played this many games.
Yeah.
Finney, one of their elite players to the outside, refuses to be blocked. He was almost on a corner blitz that time. Shook off the block from DeGraff and made the play.
Yeah, here's another 3rd and long. Their third downs today have been 3rd and 14, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 10, and they're over.
Yeah, they're an over.
Blitz coming. Williams in a little bit of trouble. Trying to scramble out of it, throws on the run, and he got it complete. Omari Evans says he caught it, and the officials are agreeing.
Yeah, and right now I think Washington will hurry up here because they don't want this to play review. They want to get up and snap it, and I think they might be right. I don't think it was caught, and that's why they tried to hurry up and get a snap on the play. I think this is coming back.
Rolling on the field was a completed pass. Plays under further review.
It's close.
It would be a 15-yard
It
pickup.
looked to me like the ground made the ball move. Let's see, he's got his hands under it.
Maybe maybe right there. Yeah. Trying to catch it with his knees on the
He
roll.
almost had to re-catch it. It's close. I will give you that. I guess they all are when you review them, right?
Gene Steratore with us.
I think it's incomplete.
Yeah, I'm with you, Gare. I just don't think he possessed it enough that small little tip off of the ground there, you can't say he had full control when it made contact. I agree with you. I think they'll go incomplete on it.
Again, as you take a look, as it comes through his elbows, and there it's hitting the ground, and then he tries to recup it with his knees. And I think we all agree that's not going to be a catch.
And it's going to be a punt. Remember, that was 3rd down. Ness went through it. 0 for 3. It's going to be 0 for 4. I know this was a great job by Damon Williams on the play to get open 5-man rush. But another throw not
After review,
accurate enough.
It's an incomplete pass. 4th down at the 47-yard line.
Coach Fish talked to Jenny about we got to get our quarterback to be more accurate. And so far, he's kind of pulling the string a couple times. Makes a good athletic play here. But you got to complete this one. If you're going to beat this Oregon team, I mean, they're a really good team. Send the open, you got to have your A game.
And the completions, the incompletions have been basically wide open.
Absolutely. We're not even getting his B game right now from Damon, and it's going to be hard to beat Oregon with those type of throws.
Luke down to punt. Malik Benson down on the other end. Standing around the 10-yard line. Wants everybody to get out of the way as it's going to go out of bounds.
I'll tell you that punt right there by Luke Dunn, that was a little weird. He was almost running up that time. He gained so much yardage. He was close to the line of scrimmage. If he gets into punt again, I think they're going to go for the block.
Here's what Gary's talking about. He walked right into that. Win over Michigan today. Indiana win last night. They're both perfect at 12-0. They'll meet in the conference championship game, and here's how the Big Ten title game looks. High-powered offense, 44 points a game, second in the country against a defense that doesn't give you anything. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, and you know, I would assume that even the loser of that game will still be in the top 4 after the game if it's a good football game.
Ducks take over at the 24-yard line. Moore, the throw is complete and knocked out of bounds. Malik Benson. A little more chatter going on after the play.
You can really see the trust that Will Stein has in his quarterback. Dante runs him out on 1st down. Got a deep ball, not there. Save me. Give me a 5-yard gain, and he did it.
2nd down and 5. Pierre Hill, the tailback. A pitch to him. Broke one tackle, heading to the sticks, and looks like he's going to have a first down. Ephesius Prysock knocked him out of bounds, but he picks up the first down.
Yeah, you talk about broke one tackle right there. The big three, the three running backs, have gained 650 yards coming in this game before contact, but 1,010 yards after contact. That's how hard it is to bring all three of these guys down.
You saw Kenyon Sadiq leading the way with a block out in front that picked up the first down. Sadiq is down to the bottom of your screen. It's going to be on the ground to Hill. And Hill, wow, coming in a hurry to make the tackle is Rylan Dillard Allen, only about a yard gain.
Yeah, he rotates in at safety, the true freshman, one of three inside safeties, and wrap him up, and he did exactly that coming from the secondary.
Approaching the midway point of the second quarter. Ducks on the road with a 10-point lead. Empty backfield. Blitz might be coming. No, they back out of it. Dante Moore down the seam, complete to Jamari Johnson, and a first down.
Yeah, you got to make sure that these dropping defensive ends, this time it's Jacob Lane, number 48. He's going to drop into the middle this time, but look at just enough loft. Over the linebackers before the safeties. All the good quarterbacks can make that throw.
Now the sidearm out to Sadiq with a stiff arm. Got tattooed out of bounds after about a 6-yard gain. These two guys are both trouble, number 18 and number 9. Sadiq, more of a giant wide receiver. Jamari Johnson, 6'5", 257 pounds. Here's the All-American Mackey finalists.
Yeah, give a little heads up there from Malik Benson, the wide receiver, doing his job and clearing it so you don't get hit just to catch the ball.
Now Dante Moore under center on second down and 5 with Noah Whittington, the tailback, from the 40-yard line of the Huskies. Whittington, first contact, he bounced off to pick up a couple. We're talking about the finalists for the Mackey Award, which goes to the outstanding tight end in the country. Kenyon right there with those numbers, leading the way with those 8 touchdowns. He leads the club. Michael Trigg, Eli Stowers, the other two from Baylor and Vanderbilt. Vandy playing right now against Tennessee, and Zook and the guys will have an update on that game in the halftime report, which is 6 minutes away. 3rd down and 2 here. They fake it to Jordan Davison. Moore in trouble, a lot of trouble. Almost had the ball knocked out of his hands, and they drop him for a yard loss.
Boy, 3rd and very short. You think that they're going to go 2 cracks at the first down, but Will Stein says, no, I want the home run. Goes play action pass. He had the deep ball, but Durfee got in there just enough. He had the deep ball down the left sideline. 4th and what, 3?
Yep. They wanted a home run on that one. Now they're going to have to try for a triple. 4th down and 3. Need to get to the 35. Moore fires wide open. Malik Benson, first down, Oregon.
Well, it was not the most aggressive defensive call. They dropped the defensive ends. Defensive ends don't do a good job in pass coverage. And that time, he just bites the short throw and is, Ness said, wide open.
22 yards, nobody within about 8 yards of him as he made the catch. And Will Stein of the offense keeps it rolling here in the red zone now at the 16-yard line.
Try to confuse it by dropping the ends and bringing the linebackers, but this veteran offensive line for Oregon handled it cleanly.
Well, I know the Washington defense has been out there a long time, but if they give up a touchdown here in the final 4 minutes, it's going to be a long ride back for the Huskies offense. This is Pierre Hill, and he lost a yard. Nice play. Rylan Dillard Allen again on the tackle. And we do work our way to 4 minutes and a second down and 11 upcoming.
Yeah, you just get the feeling with this hot Dante Moore attack and the protection he's getting up front that, all right, stop with the run. We'll just go to the passing game if we have to.
That's what I was saying about the Washington defense who's been out there a long time because Oregon's had it over 16 minutes.
Yeah, Washington with 3 3-and-outs and in a 3-play drive that ended in an interception.
2nd and 11. Jordan Davison. Maybe 3 there. And he'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, this might be the biggest play of the half for Washington right here. They got to get a stop.
Jed Fish knows that his defense is gassed. He's going to take a timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Big 3rd down.
Thrown 2 picks, 21-14 Tennessee as they try to get to 9-3, guys.
All right, Zook, thanks. Kenyon Sadiq came off under his own power. He's holding his stomach. Even his muscles have muscles, so there's not much there except that football that's pretty hard that he landed on, and he's going to be all right. Atticus Sappington tied his career long from 46. He's going to try this one from 32 yards away to make it 13-0. And it's up and perfect. So tack on 3 more with 3:18 remaining. Kenyon Sadiq on that last play laid out, hoping for a touchdown, out of bounds. Field goal's good though, and it's 13-3 Oregon.
Febreze. I don't know about y'all, but when it comes to working from home, I gotta have every part of my house clean. That means tidying up, then spraying my Febreze air mist to leave every room smelling fresh and clean. With that done, it's time to get to work.
When disaster strikes, everything feels lost. But it's not. It's our chance to put it all back together. Belfort, restoring more than property.
The Ducks go 62 yards on a 12-play drive, used almost 6 minutes, had to settle for the field goal. But at least the Huskies got to stop because they're down 13-0.
Yeah, they're down 13 points. They only have 69 yards, and their quarterback is struggling, only 2 for 7. They're lucky to only be down 13 points.
Urich on the kickoff, and they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line, and the Huskies need some offense quickly. Paramount Plus is the new home of UFC. Starting this January, stream every fight live with just 1 subscription. UFC on Paramount Plus. It's on.
You know, the reason that Oregon has been spying on DeMonis for the run, that should open up space to throw the ball.
Yeah.
He's just missing them so far in this game.
Washington's had 3 first downs, all by Adam Muhammad. But they need this guy, as Gary said, he needs his A game, and so far it's about a C-. He's going to try one to the sideline. There might be a flag, and there it comes.
Yep. Prysock, excuse me. Obadigu, yes. Gets it for Oregon. Gets
Pass
by him and then
interference.
grabs him again right at the end.
Number 7.
That's the first time they've taken a shot towards Denzel Boston, Gary. I think it's the first time they've thrown in his direction.
Yeah, and Denzel Boston is a guy that they go to regularly. Since he's been injured, though, target-wise, before he got injured, he was getting 27% of the targets. They're missing him.
They at least picked up some yardage because he was interfered with there. First down at the 40. Jonah Coleman got maybe a yard. That's it. It'll be under 3 minutes on the next snap. Washington has 2 timeouts to work with. And they're going to go with some tempo. Williams. There he completes one. And skipping away is Raiden Vines-Bright. Close to a first down.
You know, if you got to get off the field, you have to get off the field. Look at that sprint to get off by the big guy. He knew it was close, and he just sprinted. He got almost a congratulations from the coaches for that effort to get off the field. He probably won't be able to play for 10 minutes. He's so tired.
Vines-Bright got a first down with that catch, and Coleman, his best run of the day, picks up 9 before he's knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, again, going at Carver Willis. Left tackle does a good job. Look at him handle right there. Tuioti on the edge. That's a massive block from Carver Willis, the transfer from Kansas State.
Coleman picked up 9. And we're down to the 2-minute timeout. Here in the great Northwest in Seattle, we talked about the 3 guys that would have to produce offensively for the Huskies, and they are not doing much.
That's for sure. I don't think Boston is not even close to 100% though. He's a true playmaker when he's going full speed. He does not look like he's got that spring in his legs. Coleman either, for that matter, right?
Yeah. Well, they've got the ball in Oregon territory at the 40-yard line. They got to get something out of this last 2 minutes and some points, Gare.
Yeah, I mean, even 3 would be helpful the way this first half going. And you saw those playmakers giving you nothing. They're lucky they're in the game.
Second down in a yard. Maybe less than 1. And number 1 has got it on a cutback, and he's got the first down.
Yeah,
Uiagalelei made the tackle.
Yeah, but not much more, right? I mean, just they're crawling forward. This Oregon defense, those 2 big monsters inside, Washington and Alexander doing their job.
Williams deep drop, fires as he's hit, and almost intercepted twice.
Yeah, I think Tatum Tuioti that time got the hit on just as he was going to let go of the ball. Watch Tuioti from a 44 get around the edge. An effort football player gets chipped, keeps his arm out, and yes, he did hit Damon Williams just as he let it go, and they were fortunate it wasn't picked off.
And as I said, almost picked off twice. Number 4, number 21, both there. Brandon Finney and Aaron Flowers both got a hand on that one. Second down and 10. Quick throw to the outside, wide out screen, and dragged down from behind Amari Evans. And it was Jerry Mixon who made the tackle. Tell you what, if Jeremy doesn't make that tackle, that's a bigger play. Thieneman was there too, I guess.
I know, but as the coaches talked about him, that Mixon just has great instincts. You noticed it last game we played. Seems to know where the ball's going very quickly.
Third down and 6. Here comes the blitz. Williams fires down the middle. Oh my goodness, what a catch.
That could be a catch and targeting on the play.
Desmond Roebuck somehow held on to it. As Gary said, he got drilled by Thieneman.
Remember, this could be reviewed. It looked like he got him right in the chest.
I think you're right. What a catch. And
what
then the
a
hit
catch.
right.
Completely legal hit.
Right in the sternum, but they're going to look at it anyway.
No, I think there was a legal procedure on the play, the penalty called. I think that was a totally clean hit. It was a violent one, though.
A violent one, yeah.
Look at this catch.
False start after finally picking up a nice first down on that stretch out. And Thieneman knew just what to do. Put the shoulder right in the sternum. He had over 100 tackles both years at Purdue. And
Illegal
that's one
snap.
of several here today
Offense
for him.
number 58. The penalty includes the option for a 10-second runoff. Oregon has declined that runoff. First down.
First down at 15 as they decline the penalty. Zach Henning with the illegal snap, number 58. He's the backup center, but this is his 4th start in a row. Williams out in the flat. Coleman. Jonah broke 1 tackle, spins his way inside the 20.
Yeah, that might be the best throw that DeMond has made. He gave Coleman the ball so he could catch it and gain yards after the catch. Not a hard catch at all. If you put him there, they'll grab him.
Finally in the red zone of the 19-yard line. Clock running at 40 seconds. Williams slant. Got it. Complete. On the way to the end zone. Roebuck.
I don't think he made it into the end zone, but it was close.
Betcher tracking him down, trips him up, and he is down at the 1 or maybe 2-foot line. Ball came out at the end. 17-yard pass play. They're going to spot it back outside the 2. I thought he was deeper.
Oh, man.
Coleman dropped for a loss.
Was it Tuioti that time again, number 44? I mean, He and Flowers, let's see if it was 44 again coming off the edge. It was. He almost took the hand off that time.
And Flowers finished it up, so it's going to be back around the 8 or 9 yard line with a timeout. Football playoff scene all coming up on the Geico halftime report.
Yeah, this Washington team needs to get that red zone touchdown. Against Ohio State, they were down there 3 times and only got 2 field goals. Remember, they had a fake field goal? They need 7 points now.
Just outside the 7-yard line, second down and goal. Blitz coming. Devon Williams, look out. They got to him, but he got away. And he's still moving. Williams inside the 5 before he's tripped up.
Going to have to kill another timeout, but it is very fortunate athletic ability by Devon Williams to get clean on this one because he could have been sacked. I bet you right there. At the end of the play, if Devon keeps his eyes up, when you start to scramble, he reverses field, and you look up, and he could have had him, but you're running for your life. That's a hard one to be critical of a guy.
No doubt. So the Huskies are out of timeouts. It's third down and goal. They put it right at the 3-yard line.
So here's the play on this one. You got to throw the ball into the end zone because if you don't make it, you've got to get 3 points out of the drive. If you run the ball or throw it short, you risk not getting another playoff.
This is one of those spots where you go, you have your best 2-point play throw from the 3-yard line.
I think you're right. You go right to your little package there.
12th play of the drive. You can't get sacked. You can't get dropped in the field of play. And he knows that better than anybody. Tight end in motion. Here comes everybody. Williams got rid of it. Touchdown, Denzel Boston. Boy, do the Huskies need that one.
So you got to think 2 things. You got to think your best play, and you got to think your best player. And on that one, they put it together as Boston could have come inside with the pick. And I'll tell you, Williams barely got this off because Jerry Mixon, the linebacker, came clean. Nobody touched Mixon, number 54, and they still got it off.
I don't know how he got that much on that football.
I know, because he got tattooed.
Grady Gross in for the point after.
Nobody touches Mixon, and Washington is back in the football game.
Devon hangs tough, got buried, probably never saw the touchdown until right there. Between the Rebels of UNLV and the Wolfpack of Nevada.
Well, a 12-play drive when they had to have it, right?
Oh, I guess.
And think about all the things that happened. That great catch over the middle by Roebuck. Then the slant pass, Roebuck gets it down there. The scramble. Holy cow, everything in that drive.
And Dante Moore will take a knee. And we are at halftime. 6th-ranked Oregon looking for their 12th straight road win. Huskies trying to hold their home court and pick off the number 6 team in the country. We got a lot of football left. And as they head to the locker room, Oregon in front, 13-7. Dan Lannings with Jenny Depp.
Coach, your defense has been almost dominant this entire game. What happened in that last drive?
Start off with the penalty, right? Got to eliminate those, something we wanted to attack. You know, once they reset, they hit a couple plays there. That's an opportunity for us to reset. We're going to get the ball here in the second half to start off with.
Your final halftime speech of the regular season in a game that means so much. What are you telling your guys?
Hey, it ain't about the speech. It's about the way they play. These guys play with heart. We're going to see it here the second half.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Ain't about the speech. It's about the play. 10 on CBS. In Seattle, back in Husky Stadium as we start the third quarter. 13-7, Oregon, the number 6 team in the country, and they will receive the second half kickoff. This one's boomed out of the back of the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. We'll bring you back into the booth. Brad and Gary up here. Partner, Washington only had 8 first downs in the first half, but they had 5 in that last drive, and they needed that.
Yeah, and DeMond came through. He was 2 for 7, and in that last drive, he was 6 for 7. Got accurate, scored, ball game, and now the pressure shifts a little bit. Oregon says, ooh, they're here. We've got a big ball game.
Dan Lanning told Jenny, go into the locker room, we get the ball first, no problem. We'll just take care of business and get back to what we did early. Let's see if they do. First down at the 25. Noah Whittington, and goes for about 2 yards. Speaking of Jenny, moments ago, she was with Jed Fish.
Coach, your offense found a rhythm to end the half. How do you keep that rolling?
Yeah, the rhythm was great. We needed it. We needed that touchdown at the end of the half.
What else do you want to see from this team in the second half to come out on top of this rivalry matchup?
We got to take the ball away probably one or two times, get ourselves a steal possession back, and see if we can go score.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks,
Try to get that turnover back from the interception of Williams. So this is a good way to start with their defense, and Alex McLaughlin stands up Noah Whittington for a loss.
So we talked a lot about this Washington offense not being able to hit the passes. I think one thing Washington is doing is hitting the running backs. In the rushing game so far, Oregon that's rushing against anybody over 200 yards a game, only 64 yards rushing in the first half.
And here's an opening third down, and the folks here know it. Come to life for the Husky defense. Third down and 10. Might be a blitz. It will be. Moore fires. Got it. Complete. Jamari Johnson on the run all the way to the 45-yard line.
So 15% of the targets goes to Sadiq. But you know what? Johnson's not far behind. 8% of all the passes go to Johnson. He showed it a little nicked here at the end of it. But watch this perfect throw. Nice corner route. Puts it right on him. Can't miss it.
And a 31-yard pickup before going down hard on the sideline.
Yeah, it looked like he landed on that right shoulder, didn't it?
Uh-huh. I mentioned earlier he's a big target, 6'5", 257.
Yeah, probably a little better blocker than Sadiq is, but very valuable, well-rounded, 1-2 punch.
And another look at Jamari on the reception, the stiff arm. And it looks like he's okay now that he's up on the sideline.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the attempted punch by McLaughlin might have caught him in the back of his tricep there, because that's the tricep area. I think McLaughlin was trying to punch the ball out and punched him right in the back of the arm.
They're working on.
Yep.
31 yards though on 3rd and 10. So that quiets the crowd and ignites the Ducks offense at the 44-yard line of Washington. Out in the flat, Hill, big collision over there. He's still on his feet though. I'm not quite sure he bounced off all those purple jerseys and he almost got a first down.
Yeah, that's what happens when you watch Oregon's running back, whether it's Davison, Whittington, or Dyer Hill, the 2 freshmen, Davison and Harris, they do not go down easily.
Short yardage, sidearm throw out, and it's going to be a first down to McClellan. He didn't need much, only needed about a yard, got about 2 on the completion. As we take a look at our game trends presented by Geico. Dante Moore, 146 yards passing, his first career touchdown on the ground. A couple of sacks and an interception by the Ducks defense. And then Dante Williams went to work, as Gary said, late stages of that second quarter. That's where we are, 13-7. First down at the 33 of Washington. They fake it to Hill. Moore sidearms it out to Hill with a blocker in front.
Oh, man. Look at that effort.
McLaughlin with the tackle, but he paid for it. And he's still down.
Yeah, Dyer Hill had the good run. Then they go hurry up, and he has a good block on that short pass. And now he gets it again, and oh, what punishment on that run.
And
yeah, I think McLaughlin's going to have to go out because he took that helmet right on the face mask.
he was down for a moment. He goes off under his own power, but he's coming out for at least a play. Meanwhile, it's second down at 4 for the Duck offense. They're checking on him over there after that big collision, and he's still moving that shoulder too after the hit. So 3 minutes into the third quarter, the Ducks have Gone down and driven to the 27-yard line of Washington. It is 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, Saliopaga, the third tight end, is in because of the injury to Johnson.
Jordan Davison, right side, behind some blockers. I think he's got the first down, or he's very close. Antonio Thompson made the tackle.
Roger Saliopaga, number 83, and Sadiq this time do a good job on the edge right here. The two tight ends kind of wall it off. Good block inside by Harkey. That's how you wall it off and pull Pregnant, number 75, around to the outside. Very successful play.
Got just what he needed. They moved the sticks. That's first down at the 23. This is the opening drive, third quarter for the Ducks. Saliopaga, the motion man, he's going to set up in the backfield now with Hill. And it's going to be the keeper by Dante Moore. Picked up maybe 3. They're running him just enough to keep everybody honest. Dan Lanning, unbelievable job in his 4th year, 45-7. But he's 1-3 against Washington. Second and 7, right at the 20. Hill trying to get wide, does. First down.
Yeah, I think it's coming back though this time. I think World is going to get called on this play for holding. Let's see.
Ron Snodgrass with the call upcoming.
Holding. Offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Pregnon and World are together there. I thought it was World. Let's see who it actually was if we get a look at it.
Lalaulu is the guy they call it on, the center.
Yeah.
I guess.
Could have been either one, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. He's like, wasn't me.
Yeah, it might have.
I think Gary's right. Anyway,
Well,
it's holding.
yeah, Lalaulu's calling up to the booth, say, wasn't me.
So that makes it 2nd down and 17 back at the 30. Moore looks right, comes back to the left, and Sadiq had it in his hands. Incomplete.
Sure. He muscled his way free against, I think it was Clark, number 2, to the outside. The ball is thrown perfectly. All he has to do is grab that one. That was an easy catch and a perfect throw.
Yeah, he didn't drop many of those. Got both hands up in the air to try to get it. It really kind of ricocheted off just his left hand.
Yeah, that is a tough matchup for Clark. He's a redshirt freshman, 6 foot, 195 pounds, maybe up against that monster.
First incompletion of that drive. Makes it 3rd down and a mile from the 30. Moore, crossing route, completes it to Davison, but he only gets to the 30-yard line.
I think both sides consider that a win right there. Oregon said, we'll take the 3 points. Washington said, you're not going to throw it over our head.
So Atticus Sappington will come in to try another field goal. He hit from 46, and what was the other one, 32? Yes. This one will be from 37 yards out. Sappington, kick is up and good.
And it makes it a 2-score lead, an important 3 points for Oregon.
Opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Nets the Ducks 3 more. 16-7 for the folks out there watching on Lake Washington. Let's take a look at the Mogello game changer, Derek.
Yeah, if you're going to stop Demond, you have to at least dedicate a guy to the scramble. He gains a lot of yards off of pass plays, so you take that away, make him a quarterback in the pocket. It took till late in the 2nd quarter where he said, all right, if you're going to make me throw, I got to hit some of these, and he finally did.
While we're in commercial, Dante Moore, you talk about
Yeah.
a leader and taking control of the umpire.
I think I know what he's talking about here. The play clocks on this field are very low. They're ground level. So he says the back judge is getting in the way and I can't see the clock. He said, people are in the way, I can't see that low clock. Usually those play clocks are up higher for that reason.
Adam Muhammad takes the fair catch, and they'll bring it out to the 25. But we're going to get a Jeep update right now with Adam Zucker in New York. Zucker?
Yeah, Ness, the Ivy League joined the fun in the FCS playoffs, and conference champion Yale. They erased a 28-point deficit against Youngstown State to win their debut. This is Josh Pitzenberger. Part of his 209 yards and 3 touchdowns. They scored 29 straight to win. They're going to go to 2-seed Montana State next.
Oh, man. Good job for them.
I think that's a great change for those guys to get to play in those playoffs like that.
Absolutely. Minnesota State a winner in Division II playoffs, by the way, today.
Thieneman with the spy right there. He's right in position to stop that run. They are stopping the quarterback first. That's the idea. Thieneman right here zeroing in on the play. He's looking, I've got the quarterback. He's right in position to take it. Tosh Lapoy's got his tackler in the exact right spot.
First half possessions, 4 punts and an interception. Couldn't convert on 3rd down, and then a 75-yard drive in the last 3 minutes to get them their 7 points. They need to put another one together here. 2nd and 9. Williams fires complete. It's Muhammad, and he's got the first down.
I thought Damon Williams did a great job here. He looked downfield. Now, his offensive line gave him time, but he keeps his eyes downfield looking for the big play, knowing he's got Muhammad in the flat at the end. Downfield, and then turn and rip it and give it to him fast for the first down. Now a safety over the top.
First down at the 36. Let's see if they put Muhammad on the ground. Yes. He had a big first half. He's got a big run here. Adam Muhammad dragging tacklers all the way to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, let's see what happened up front. If Darren Hatchett and Henning and the guys got a block, it was good block by Drew as a party. The right tackle back in there. You're going to move the ball against this defensive line with Alexander and Washington and Huey Ungalale and Tuioti. You've got to be able to handle that movement up front, and they did.
With all due respect to Jonah Coleman, who's a great one, but he's not at 100% today. Adam Muhammad's been the man. As Aaron Taylor said in the halftime report, give him the rock. He got 19 on the last play. Play fake. Williams, far side of the tight end, and it's complete for a short gain to Decker DeGraff.
Yeah, again, a short gain is better than to get a sack. He waited as long as he could, and when you're calling pass plays on first down, that's what you want to get at the least out of it is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 8, give me what's there.
Remember, the Huskies defense forced a field goal on the Ducks opening march of the 3rd quarter. Now can they get some points of their own on their first possession to at least make it 16-10. They're hoping for more like 16-14. Blitz coming. Williams in trouble. Has to throw it away in a hurry. Muhammad, the intended receiver, Bryce Betcher, was coming on the blitz.
Yeah, untouched on the play. I don't think anybody touched him. Coming right up the middle. Yeah, that's not right. You usually have the middle linebacker assigned on a play-action pass. Was a bit of a screen, so sometimes you just got to get rid of that ball if they got the right call. So good job getting rid of it. But again, Tosh Lapoy coming up with a good call on defense.
Tosh Lapoy told us we haven't had a linebacker taken in the first 2 rounds of the NFL draft since 2013. I think he's going to have one at number 28.
I think so too.
3rd down and 8. They might be bringing it again. They are. Williams fires late. It's batted down. I think Tuioti got a hand on it.
That Tuioti's got one motor. I don't know if he got his hand on it or what, but again, aggressive blitz inside. Dropping. Yes, it was Tuioti.
You asked him last week, what's your favorite move? He said, I just like to run through people.
Yeah, well, that time he backed off in the exact right spot. So he might like to do it, but that time he backed off right into the throwing lane.
And DeMond is going, that one's on me. So they have to punt. And the kick, they let it go. Bounces at the 5 and down right about the 4-yard line. X-Ray Alexander down on the punt team. to scoop it up. 6:28 to go, third quarter. Huskies don't get any points, but they flip the field. Down 16-7. Where Oregon has the lead. Let's look right now at our fresh, fun fact of the game presented by Fresh Pet. That's Dubs. Dubs 2 is an Alaskan Malamute, which is basically a husky, 14th live mascot in school history. It used to be, before they were Huskies, they were the Sun Dodgers back in 1920, and their first dog was Sonny Boy, but their first husky, when they became the Huskies, was Frosty 1. So now we got Dubs for UW, and that's your mascot story and your Fresh Pet fun fact of the day.
Ness going late and deep for that story.
Was up a long time last night. George Hill, our sensational statistician, the Hall of Famer, actually helped me out a lot on that one. Noah Whitting to the tailback as Dante Moore drops in his own end zone and going deep, and he's got his man, and it's Jeremiah McClellan. Big play from deep in their own territory.
Hey, you got to think about this throw. He was in the end zone, and that ball is caught at the 40-yard line, and that ball was no more than 10 yards off the ground the whole way. He ripped that throw. He didn't throw it high in the air. That was another one of those lasers. This guy has as live an arm as we have seen.
No doubt. Off the RPO, the sidearm out to Malik Benson, and Benson gets into Husky territory. College football playoff situation looks like this. Oregon number 6, and they're set to move up with Texas A&M having lost. And there's where the rest of the pack looks. Alabama playing tonight in the Iron Bowl. Ohio State and Indiana perfect at 12-0 and 9-0. They'll play in the Big Ten championship. Georgia's going to be in the SEC championship, courtesy of Texas' win over A&M. Trying to break a tackle. He's tripped up for a 2-yard loss by Ryan Dillard Allen.
Yeah, coming up, making that play. He has had a good football game here so far. The true freshman, one of 3 safeties to play in the game, earning his snaps. How can Washington put pressure on this quarterback? Remember when IU beat them, they sacked the quarterback 6 times in this game.
3rd and 7. Moore on the rollout. Incomplete.
Yeah, too aggressive. He's going to get called.
Yeah, it's going to be Prysock. I'm not sure he had to interfere on that one. I don't know if the pass was that good.
I know, but he doesn't know that, and he's scrambling. It's bump and run, man-to-man. It's a blitz call. He knows he's got one. Oh,
that's
look at that push-off first.
Defense.
I don't know. I do not
ball
like
be
that.
placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Benson got away with the push on that play. I don't like that call. Listen, it's a tough call by the official. You don't really see the push, but I think Benson got away with a push on this play.
No doubt. Gene Steratore is with us from New York.
Yeah, I think in those situations when you've got that push and he's reaching, at best, I'd like to see them just leave it alone. You know, no flag whatsoever. You had a push and a grab. Just let that alone without a call at all.
Good point, Gene.
Instead, it's a 14-yard penalty pickup. And now back to Jordan Davison. And again, the Huskies defense not giving up much on the ground.
Yeah, we were talking at halftime about how these just one play can be so much. I mean, that play right there, that's a punt if they don't get that penalty call right there.
Exactly. And we're already down to 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Seems like the third quarter's flying by. And so far, the score has changed only by a field goal.
Yeah, I think Jed Fish might be right when he told Jenny, we need a turnover badly in this game.
They've suffered one of their own on the interception. They'd like to get one back for sure. Flag and false start against the Ducks.
False start. Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
And that's going to be on Pregna on the left guard. See if he jumps just a little early. There it is. Just one little step with the right foot.
Well, he just adjusted his foot. Is that a penalty?
They said it was.
Seems like he didn't do much to me unless something happened after that.
So now second down, long yardage again. Davis in motion out of the backfield. Slant, throws complete. Not much of a gain, but it's Benson with the completion. Prysock made the tackle. Third down again.
Remember last time in this situation they brought an extra rusher and forced the defensive backs to play man-to-man all over the field. They're giving a look of no safety in the middle of the field at all.
Both tight ends, Johnson and Sadiq, to the left in the slot. Third down and 8. Blitz coming off the corner. Throw, complete. No gain, though. And it's Sadiq, and Washington's done their job.
Nice disguise by Ryan Walters' defense this time. A late safety deep at the end of the play. A good disguise, and then a blitz off the opposite side. That is a good, well-designed defensive play.
That's going to force a field goal and a long one. Atticus Sappington, this would be his career long if he hits this one through. A 51-yard field goal attempt.
They only have 10 men on the field. Here comes number 11.
Johnson late to the party, now lined up. He's never hit one this deep. He has now. Field goal's good.
Not by much, was it?
The officials had to look up and see if it got over the crossbar, and Sappington says, I had it all the way.
The ball boy caught it, and he was only maybe 2 yards deep behind the end zone.
Just enough. And Sappington is. Husky fans enjoying their time here today on their home turf, but the Ducks on the road with a 12-point lead courtesy of a career-long field goal by Atticus Sappington at 51 yards, and now it's 19-7. Tosh LaPoy, defensive coordinator, talking things over with Dan Lanning. Both those guys made their bones as defensive-minded coaches. Dan, 3 years the defensive coordinator at Georgia under Kirby Smart before becoming head coach in Eugene. Fair catch taken by Adam Muhammad. Bring it out to the 25. Going to bring in Gene Steratore. Gary, you and Gene explained the last play.
Yeah, go ahead, Gene. You had a good point.
Yeah, I thought there just was a good opportunity for Washington here. We know Oregon has 10 on the field, but when they bring that 11th on, by rule now there's a substitution happening. At this point, 10-9 on the play clock. If Washington starts to bring a substitute off from the sideline to make a matching sub, they could have forced Oregon into that situation to call timeout and avoid the delay of game there, fellas.
Way to go, Gene. You've done 7 games,
Yeah.
had turkey, cranberry sauce, and still had the rule. What a dive.
You talk about taking the covers off a play. I didn't think of that one.
Way to go, Gene. You got a basketball game in there too, maybe.
He'll be next week with me for Purdue. Devon Williams with a scramble.
I can't wait, Ness. I can't wait.
Go for the cranberry sauce, Gene. We'll cover for a while for you.
Extra spoons, thanks, Garrett. Appreciate it.
8-yard pickup by Williams on the run. Back to Jonah Coleman for the first down. Let's get an injury update from Jenny.
Well, with 7 minutes left in the third, safety Aaron Flowers limped off the field. The trainers checked in on him. He spent the last 5 minutes on the bike. He's out there now, guys, but keep an eye on that left leg.
Let's see if they pick on him, maybe, if they know that. Devon Williams. He's going to get, nope, not going to get sacked. Got away somehow. He's got excellent speed, but he's still going to lose a yard or two on the scramble.
Yeah, that one, it pays off just a bit to be a little smaller on this play. You can twist it and get underneath the big defensive end that time. Mateo gets to the sideline, and there's Dylan Thieneman again.
And Thienemann's been in a lot of tackles.
Yeah, well, that's his job.
Yeah,
I mean, he's playing pass coverage, but he's always keeping an eye on that quarterback scramble. Right now, rushing in this game, Damon Moore, 7 attempts for 6 yards.
Wow.
Damon Williams, excuse me.
And that's his forte. Came in with almost 600 yards on the ground. He might be on the ground again. He got away from that guy. Throwing deep. Man there. Broken up at the last instant. It was intended for Raiden Vinesbright. And Kennedy again was there.
He did. Kennedy, instincts, they talk about it. An escape, and then you got one-on-one to the outside. Devan's bright. But look at Kennedy. Stay with it. And when his hands goes up, he goes for the hands. Wonderful defense. Don't grab him. Don't panic. Finish the play.
It would have been a remarkable catch. Williams knows he put it where he had to put it, but just too good a play by that guy. Quarterbacks not quite as effective and efficient as they had been, although Dante Moore, after a slow start, warmed up. And his team's in front by 13, by 12. That's all he cares about right now. 3rd and 12. Williams going to have to throw on the run again. And that one's all the way to the Husky sideline.
Yeah, that was a little bit really what Wisconsin did and Ohio State did to Damon Williams. They did not let him scramble and gain yards in the passing attack. Ohio State, when we were here, they did it with the linebackers. They spied him. Wisconsin just kind of mush rushed him and kept him in the pocket. That looked a little bit like a mush rush that time.
Malik Benson, you look behind him as he awaits Dunn's punt. There's a flag down. And
yeah, I think it was a legal procedure before they snapped the ball.
Going to have to punt it again.
False start. Kicking team number 17. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
I'll tell you this, Luke Dunn really attacks the football when he gets close to the line of scrimmage. You better be careful. One free rusher up the middle and he could be in some trouble.
He might kick it right into somebody's face.
Yep. Oh, yeah. You see the motion right there, right-hand side of your screen, number 17. Or 37, I think.
So again, Dunn will kick on now 4th and 17. Keep it out of that guy's hands if at all possible. Nice kick. He doesn't keep it out of his hands, though, from the 18-yard line. And great coverage. Lost a yard on the return, or no return. Prysock down there to make the tackle. Far, including Miami just moments ago. Zook told you about that game. Texas is trying to make a case for a 3-loss team to make the playoff, and I understand Steve Sarkisian pleaded his case after their win over Texas A&M. I didn't see that last night. But
well, it's a Thanksgiving tradition. There's always a coach that's going to do that.
Like any other.
Yes, absolutely.
Pierre Hill, the tailback. From the 17-yard line, he gets the pitch with blockers in front. And that's one of his best runs of the day. Picks up 9. Dillard Allen made the tackle.
Well, I tell you, there was a lot going on. Alex Harkey gets a big hit on the play, but then he just keeps going so much that I think he got penalty. Watch Harkey, number 71, the whole play here. Pulls out, gets a hit, finds another guy off screen. He just keeps pushing the guy right over the down marker.
And the cameraman
after the play, personal foul, late hit, offense number 71, half distance to the goal, 2nd down.
All right, that's one of those dumb ones they had last week.
I know, but I like dumb offensive linemen that keep blocking that much. I mean, if I'm the quarterback, I'm going, Hark, just keep that intensity up, man. Love you. Because he got 2 blocks and the second one, sideline. I don't see no sideline. Jeez.
So that backs it all the way up to the 13-yard line. Would have been a 9-yard game.
Yep, that guy.
There's a guy that took a shot.
Yes.
He's still down. Well, no, he's on his knees. He's just wondering if the camera's any good anymore. Might be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 2nd down, 16. Hill. And another nice run, maybe 7 yards out of that one. As Devin Bryant made the tackle, and it's probably going to wrap up the 3rd quarter for us.
I'll tell you, this Oregon team has not run the ball like they have all year. They're the only Power 4 conference team that is averaging 225 yards both passing and running. Today they...
Moments ago, Jenny Dell with Dan Lanning.
Coach, what's the biggest point of emphasis to finish this game the right way?
This 4th quarter, it's time to nut up or shut up, right? Time to go.
Thank you very much.
Well,
Appreciate it.
I'm glad Dan said that instead of me. Maybe we should start one of those songs instead of jump around and shout and everything. Just that one. That could be a great title. Almost a one-handed catch. Wait a minute, did he catch it?
I think he might have caught it.
Jeremiah McClellan on a laser shot again.
I'll tell you what. I think this is what Dan had in mind when he said nut up or shut up.
Well, he pinned it against his helmet, but then he might have pinned it against the ground. He still had his hand around it.
Control of it, though. I don't think that ever bobbled. It hit the ground, but he had it. This has got to be reviewed.
This is the best look we'll get.
I don't think he re-catches it. I think he has it.
Gene, what do you think?
I think give this young man a catch. This is an amazing play, fellas. As you said, look, I know he's got it pinned against his helmet, but this football never really moves or he loses possession. That is strong finger control right there.
I know. I think they're still going to go to review. Dan Lanning took a timeout. He wants them to look at it. He's asking, was it reviewed?
Charge timeout. Oregon, they're first.
I mean, it's a big third down play right here.
Huge third down play. Jeremiah McClellan one-hands it, keeps his fingers, taps it against his helmet, and then his hands looks like it's underneath it. I don't know.
I don't think the ground improved the catch.
Oregon is challenging the previous play of an incomplete pass. We'll review the play.
The ball never twists. I think it's an amazing catch.
It's an amazing effort and or catch. Again, these guys continue to amaze us week in and week out.
David Tyree just called and said that's a catch.
Eli agreed. There's one look we haven't seen. Tips it to himself.
His
One
left
hand
hand's being held. Well, it's amazing. I'll have to say that. And again, a third down play.
It was called incomplete on the field.
Well, he's got the replay officials have a clear look at it. They can call it any way they want.
Yeah. Monty Montgomery's our replay official.
I would call it a catch. At the end, he's already completed the catch, and the ball is slightly tipped when he's out of bounds already. Yeah, McClellan's going, I caught that. I caught it.
If it's overturned, it's a 32-yard pass play.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Incomplete pass. Oregon has charged their first timeout. May not challenge the remainder of the contest.
Well, some of the Oregon fans that are here are booing, and
I'm going to call that the best non-catch I've ever seen. Oh my gosh!
Jeremiah McClellan, that's just unbelievable. He's, oh man, I thought I had it. Instead, James Ferguson Reynolds will punt, and there's new life in the Huskies. Instead of a 32-yard pickup, it's them getting the ball back. And fair catch taken around the 31-yard line. A little bit of a bobble by Desmond Roebuck. Well, next Saturday, college hoops triple header starts at noon Eastern. 15th ranked Iowa State takes on top-ranked Purdue. Bill Raftery will now bring you that one, followed by matchup between 6th ranked Louisville and number 25 Indiana, and then Baylor and Memphis wrap things up at 4:30. That's all next Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. Well,
Yep.
that was almost a bobble. It was a bobble, but caught, and the Huskies have it at the 31-yard line. This is
Time
a
to
must
go.
score of some kind drive.
Time to go.
Muhammad. And Muhammad is still going. And he got about 9 yards. Bryce Betcher made the tackle.
Yeah, Muhammad is approaching an 100-yard day in this football game. Refuses to go down behind the big guys behind him. Following inside Karam Hatchett. side. Willis again downfield. Betcher's in the play. You got all the tough guys on that play.
No doubt. Muhammad had 108 yards against UCLA last week. As Gary said, hitting that century mark's getting close. He's weaving through traffic for a first down here. So a minute into the fourth quarter, 19-7 Oregon. They're trying to keep their road winning streak alive. They're trying to go to 11-1 and improve their playoff chances, or maybe seeding, if you will. Washington trying to get to 9 wins and to spoil this day.
This is a typical rivalry game here. Tough, every yard earned, great plays all over the field.
Don Williams rolling, and now he's going to keep this. He's got to. And he's got a big gainer out of it before he slides after about a 17-yard pickup.
So I can't really call this a designed run. He had options. He could have gone out in the flat to DeGraff, but once he sees the opening, he takes it and gets as much as he can before Betcher would have hit him right there, right over the top.
Career high 13 tackles last week, number 28. He's a heat-seeking missile.
He is.
But it was an 18-yard pickup, and that's what the Huskies needed. From the 38-yard line of the Ducks, back to Muhammad. And Muhammad broke the tackle or so and got 4 or 5. This is what I talked about a moment ago, trying to hold their home base. Only one loss. We saw that one against Ohio State earlier this year. Try to win 12 in a row on the road, and that is nothing that's easy. Second down and 6 as you look into the eyes of Damon Williams. Muhammad avoided 1 hit and picked up 4 more. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Blake Purchase made the tackle. Clock's going to work its way under 12.
No doubt, got 2 chances to make a first down right here if you're Washington. They need a touchdown. Down 12 points. Field goal does not help them.
The offensive mind of Jed Fish, the defensive mind of defensive coordinator Tosh Lapoy. 3rd down and 2. Tight end switches to the right side. They'll run left. Muhammad got the first down. Betcher's got him wrapped up, but he picked up the first down.
I tell you, they love to go at Carver Willis, number 50 on the left side. Senior, left side of the line. DeGraff's there with him. He stones up, gets his guy, and just enough for the first down.
7th play of the drive coming up, and they've all been runs.
All 6 so far, you're right.
Mostly Muhammad, and the scramble for 18 by Williams. Off of play action, he finally wants to throw and lets it rip. And nobody home over by the pylon.
Now, I don't know if this was going to be a throwback to the tight end, and he did not get out on the play. But Taman kind of looked backwards, Williams did, and there was nobody there. I just wonder if this guy didn't get kind of tangled up on the play, and they were looking for a tight end throwback. Nothing there as he looks. There's nobody to throw the ball to. I think he just threw this away. Somebody might have missed an assignment, because I thought Damon Williams was looking for a kind of a throwback there.
He had 2 tight ends over on that side,
Yeah,
Decker DeGraff and Quentin Moore.
I think that was a bust.
Damon's missed his last 5 passes. Muhammad hit in the hole and somehow bounced off to get 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, I think he ran right through Dylan Thieneman that time, number 31. Thieneman is in that spy spot, kind of made famous by Caleb Downs last year for Ohio State, where he plays the quarterback and the running game at the same time, and he was in position to make the hit, but he ran right through him.
Again, Gary mentioned 2 down territory. It's 3rd down and a long 6 here, but a field goal doesn't do him any good.
I think you got to think touchdown here for both plays.
Williams, can he complete one here? Yes, he can, and it's Boston. First down.
football game. He may not be 100% Boston, but on the touchdown throw, he came through, and on this third down throw, he came through again.
Our AT&T pylon cam, Denzel Boston coming right at you. And you can see they moved the sticks. Now play fake. Williams in trouble, going to throw it away.
Outside the tackle box, he can do that.
The rush was just too quick. That time he had really no chance.
Yeah, inside he has Devon Jackson putting a little pressure on him, and fortunate to get that away.
Clock stop, 9:41 to play in the fourth quarter. Jonah Coleman back in at the running back position for the Huskies. Second down and 10 from the 15. Jonah's going to get the carry. Only got about a yard and a half. Uiagalelei made the tackle. Third down and 8. They've had third down, and just keep moving it. They've gone 56 yards in 5.5 minutes. They need 8 more with 2 downs, we assume, to get it. Empty backfield. Devon to the end zone. Incomplete. And it was intended for Desmond Roebuck. Brandon Finney was covering.
Yeah, I felt that they had Vines Bright, number 7, down the middle of the field. Right there. Look at him come back inside. Did he? Thought he should have thrown the ball to him inside and tried to get that little slant.
Yeah, here's your play of the game right now for the Huskies. Fourth down and 8.
Let's see what Lapoy does. Will he come after him? Very aggressive. Tuioti and Uiagalelei have been putting pressure on him. Does he need to blitz?
I mean, if it's third quarter, maybe you go for the field goal with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter, but fourth quarter, they got to get a touchdown.
You got to get the touchdown.
And timeout. That's the first one taken by the Huskies. And we'll stay right here with you with 9:01 to go as Jed Fish decides what is on that play card for fourth down and 8. Don't miss a new hit drama the critics are calling your new CBS obsession. Sheriff Country returns all new Friday on CBS. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dale, Gene Steratore from Husky Stadium. Sellout crowd here in Seattle, hoping their Huskies can pull an upset over Oregon, their longtime rivals. The 118th meeting between these two teams. And for the Husky offense, it's come down to fourth down and 8.
Remember on the touchdown throw, they brought Jerry Mixon, and he was clean on that one. I wonder if Tosh leans that way to bring a linebacker and drop a defensive end. Betcher and Mixon, the 2 linebackers, are both good blitzers.
Fourth down and 8. Denzel Boston, as they break the huddle, comes to the bottom of your screen and now motions back to the left. On fourth down and 8, a must-have for the Huskies. Williams steps up in the pocket, fires end zone. Got it! Touchdown, Denzel Boston.
Create some traffic, but the offensive line held up to have time to throw this play. They create traffic across and then bring the receiver from the opposite side. Boston goes in motion, little confusion there, but watch the traffic created by Omar Evans. A little bit of a collision, and it works. Boston with 2 touchdown catches.
None bigger than that one maybe all year for him. Comes with 8:54 to go.
Give that offensive line credit. That play takes a long time to throw.
Brady Gross's extra point is up and good. It's a long ways from over. 69 yards and 13 plays when they had to have it on fourth and 8. Go to your playmakers. This is the guy that they wanted to get it to, and they do. Touchdown, 19-14. HG Hotels and Resorts game recap. Dante Moore, 222 yards, passing and a rushing touchdown. Denzel Boston, when they needed him most, 2 touchdown catches. Sappington, 4 for 4 on the field goals. And here we go, 19-14. Welcome back to the booth. About an hour ago, Gary, you and I talked about a crucial drive to end the second quarter when Washington had to have one. 4th and 8, they had to have it. They got it.
They did back-to-back passes. The first down pass they had on 3rd down, and then that one, trusting your offensive line. The 4 best players, their playmakers for Oregon, did not get in and put pressure on DeMond on that throw.
And now that one goes out of bounds. It's going to give the Ducks great field position at the 35-yard line to start this drive.
Yeah, let's look at that offensive line. Listen, the power of this Oregon defense is their front 4. And all 4 of them right here are handled in this. Watch this pocket that allows DeMond Williams to step up. It's going to take time. And they have a perfect pocket. It's like playing 7-on-7, and he didn't miss that one.
On a crucial 4th down, a crucial touchdown.
Yeah, it was a great call by Jeff Fish right there, wasn't it?
Now the Ducks start from the 35 with the kickoff going out of bounds. Down the middle and dropped again by Sadiq. A little bit behind him, incomplete.
Yeah, you're throwing the ball in those holes this time to a tight end against the zone. And as he breaks in, ball is thrown just a bit late, and that's why it was behind him.
Now here comes the Husky crowd again.
A little more anticipation of that hole, and that would have been a completion.
McClellan, the motion man on 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Whittington stood up immediately. It's going to be 3rd and long. Bryce Butler with a tackle.
Now the pressure shifts over to Oregon for this call. Washington with just 2 sacks all game. One of them was a corner blitz, remember. Let's see how they get pressured.
3rd down and 9. Moore fires down the seam, and it's caught on the run by Malik Benson. And Benson is going to score. Touchdown, Ducks. A 64-yard run and catch.
Remember that defense used earlier with the disguise of the safety going late? It looks like blitz, but it's not. And I think Dante Moore knew it was going to be the same look, and he went to the square end. Only 4 rushers, throws a perfect ball, and then that athlete, we saw him last week, can turn it up top speed fast.
So Oregon's got an answer for the Huskies touchdown. And the extra point, trying to make it 26-14 is good. Didn't take long, less than a minute to cover 65 yards because 64 of it was on the pass to this guy, Malik Benson. A nice catch, and then if he's even, he's leaving, and it's touchdown Oregon. It's sold out Husky Stadium. Don't forget, before we're done, we'll have the play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. You might have just seen it, but we're not sure yet. We still got a long way to go.
Another game. Both teams answering the call, pressure on. Both offensive lines handled the 4-man rush. Both quarterbacks delivered the ball. Really, really good to watch 2 teams compete like this.
Malik Benson looking at the pad there, going, you know what, I knew I was fast, but I really separated myself right there. Dante Moore going, yep, I knew if I got it in your hands, you'd score. It's 26-14. Still just under 8 minutes to go, though. Turridge to kick off to the near side, and Muhammad took the fair catch. Malik Benson, well, we saw a little bit of his speed a week ago. This was on a punt return against USC. Takes it at the 15-yard line, found a little crease, and said, I will see you all later.
He got to that gear once he broke that first defended line right there, and the same thing here. He jumps through it, and then he just keeps going. That punt return was only the third punt return of his career that he took for a touchdown, and a twice transferred from Alabama to Florida State to Oregon. A lot of people don't like it, but that man has found his spot.
No doubt. Muhammad on first down, and Adam goes for 6 or 7.
Yeah, you almost want to go hurry up right here, right now. If you're Washington, you're down by that 12 points. That's why that extra point was so important. Takes it into a 2-touchdown game instead of a touchdown, 2-point, and field goal 11-point game.
They don't spend a lot of time in that little sugar huddle. It's only a couple of yards off the line of scrimmage. They're ready to roll. Second down at 4. Tight end Quentin Moore switches sides. Devon Williams trying to go to Boston.
Yeah, that's the type of throw that you might not make in the first or second quarter, but when you're down like this, you just got to take the chances. He tried to lob it over the top, came close to being intercepted that time, but it would have been a good one by the defensive end, Tuioti.
There's the numbers on the quarterbacks. Williams with a couple of touchdown tosses to Boston, the guy just tried to get it to, and then another one of those kind of days for Dante Moore. Even though he started slow, he warmed up. Third down and 4. Muhammad not going to get even to the line of scrimmage, or just did. And Amari Washington, one of those big defensive tackles, makes the stop.
Inside, we haven't talked about him too much, but this time Amari, number 52, is in there. Bear Alexander turns it back inside to his guy. Bear goes outside and fights it, and fourth down, they got to give it a try.
They got a 4th and 8 for a touchdown. They need 4th and 3 to keep this thing going. And Boston might have gotten it for him. Right on the line, he says he's got it.
Oh, this is going to be close. Was his knee down before he's touched the ball outside? One-handed catch. Knee down. Nope, that's short. That's short. I believe it's just short.
I think so, too. A great effort. One-handed grab. He just couldn't quite stretch it out.
Rolling on the field, the runner short of the line to gain. First down, Oregon.
But did he did not have to get to the line, did he? Oh, yeah, they did. Yep. It was a fair catch, so he had to get to the 35-yard line.
His shoulder got there, but his knee didn't.
That's right. Look.
Gene Steratore is with us. Gene, are we seeing this right?
Yeah, I think we are, Brad. I think if Denzel Boston just reaches as if he's reaching for that goal line when he turns, he may be able to get the nose of that football there. But that last look from the pylon camp to me appeared to be short just by an inch or two.
You saw Jed Fish standing behind the official looking down the line.
Let's see if we could use that pylon cam and get even a better look between the legs here.
He's down right there.
Yeah, it only has to touch the line.
The ruling on the field, the runner is short of the line to gain. The previous play is under further review.
So this is just like the goal line, because the front of the line, if the nose touches it, it's considered a first down.
Now we're looking at the knees, but where was the ball when the knees were down?
Correct. Just as his knee goes down, the tip of the ball, I don't think this is going to be conclusive from this angle. I think the only angle you can really use to make a determination is the pylon cam. Let's see if we can find that football when that knee goes down.
Now watch the brown and white thing, all right? Oh, man.
It is really close.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I mean, remember, the front of the line nearest the goal line. You don't have to cross the line.
Again, we all agree that the knees were down, but where was the football when the knees hit? That's what they're going to determine right now.
And could it be now that it's so close that they just have to go with the call on the field?
obviously he crossed it there when he landed.
Yep.
Here we go.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. First down, Oregon.
So the Ducks take over on downs by inches.
I wonder if it would have been called a first down, would it also have been upheld?
That's a good point. Gene Gary just mentioned if it would have been called the other way, would they have overturned it?
Yeah, it's a great point, Brad. I mean, we can speculate. We know that it was a touchback on the kick, right? So that 35-yard line was a hard line, too. No discrepancy whatsoever with that 35-yard line because we knew we started where we did based on the touchback.
Now, if you look at where they're snapping it, that's how close it was. A matter of maybe 3 inches. At any rate, it's a Ducks ball with a 12-point lead. And 6:48 to play in the ball game. Pierre Hill, the tailback, gets the pitch. Going wide to the right, and he got him out to the 30.
I'll tell you, I've been very impressed today. He's made a lot of plays. Alex Harkey, very physical. We saw him miss a football game earlier in the year. Transfer from Colorado and Texas Tech. He is getting out and making some blocks downfield.
And after the plays, he's still talking. He's still talking quack.
Exactly. Why not?
Army postgame show follows us in about 6.5 minutes. Second down and 5. Ducks would be very happy to just keep this thing on the ground and burn clock because the Huskies only have 2 timeouts left. Noah Whittington now, the tailback in the pistol. And Dante pulls it. And he's going to be short of the first down, but not by much. Again, he doesn't run much, but he's had about 4 runs today, and they've all paid off.
So usually this team lately is, well, he's limping back. Dan Lanning said the one thing about this team is we can beat you multiple ways. Put the ball down, let's play, he says. Bad weather, they beat Iowa. Running game, they win. Passing game, they've won. When you only lose 1 game in 2 years, you could see why they're multidimensional and why they're so good.
Now they bring in Zach Grace, who's basically a fullback with Jordan Davison behind him. That's who's going to lead the way, and Davison's got the first down. He's their touchdown man. He's their short yardage guy. And now more clock will evaporate.
There's nothing more that an offense likes to do is to be able to run the ball, make a couple first downs, and put the game away on the ground.
First down from the 23-yard line as we're under 5 to go in the ball game. Off the left side, not too much. Pickup of a couple. The playoff standings, we talked about this at the top of the show. Here's how it looks. Ohio State and Indiana both undefeated. They'll play in the Big Ten championship game. Oregon in the number 6 spot, expected to possibly move up. And who knows? They're going to make the playoffs if they win this game, but maybe they're playing for a first-round bye.
It could happen. I think that right now, Dan Lanning, as when we asked him, how important would it be to his team to play in the Big Ten championship, he gave us a firm no comment.
With a big smile. They would have had Michigan beaten Ohio State, but that didn't happen. And now it's Noah Whittington, who almost broke one.
I'll tell you, again and again, Dillard Allen, number 18, Ryland comes up and makes that low tackle. Whittington has been running through these tackles all year, but this guy has been wrapping up low. Very good job from the secondary.
Freshman, he's going to be a good one.
Yep.
So now it's down inside the 15-yard line with 3.5 to go. At the 13, first down. Again, the fullback, Grace, in there as Dante Moore is under center. Noah Whittington. Only about a yard. Huskies wrap him up. And now you got to make sure there's no punches thrown in that mayhem.
And I think it's time to use the timeouts, and I think Jed Fish just took one. Your only chance is some kind of fumble, a turnover, and you have enough time to put a couple touchdowns on the board. That's your only chance.
One timeout left for the Huskies. been a struggle and a rivalry renewed all day long. Ducks have the advantage with 3:14 to go.
Heisman Trophy ceremony, a career high 160 rushing yards. Vanderbilt leads in Knoxville 45-24, guys. One win all time against a ranked Tennessee team.
Wow.
Amazing.
Look.
We saw those.
It makes up for his 2 interceptions.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, we saw that back. Remember, Johnny Manziel did those type of escapades to win those games. He's just like him.
Marcel Reed took a hit in that voting, and that's the favorites coming into the weekend. Diego not hurting his chances right now. Here it's Dante Moore running the show. 2nd down and 9, with a 12-point lead. And Noah Whittington, with Davison as a lead blocker, got it down around the 11-yard line. And
Washington will burn their last time out, I think.
Thought so. Maybe one more play, I guess. 3rd down and 8.
I'll tell you what Jed told us, though. When I asked him, what do you need? He said, we need points. And they did not get enough. I mean, 14 against us. That's all you can really ask of your defense to hold this team to 26 points to stay in the game. He was right. We had to get in the 30s, he thought, to win the game.
Holding an Oregon team that's averaged 39 a game to 26 so far. And here's 3rd down and 8. They wind the clock down to the very last moment, and the handoff to Noah Whittington powers his way down inside the 5-yard line. Last time out, Noah Whittington takes it down inside the 5-yard line. We're back in 30 seconds.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the protection of this guard. But getting that guard.
Where do we even get this guy? Kevin Barnes, V. Franklin Elementary. Okay, stop! Stop! Guys, actually, it's a city ordinance. Kevin, come on, get ready. I need you to block 5-0. You think I have a shot to make the team?
No.
Respect the best, respect the best.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tonight on CBS begins with NCIS Origins, followed by Boston Blue. Then it's an all-new 48 hours tonight on CBS. The origin of this one started in 1900. This is 118th meeting between these two rivals. And right now, Oregon's got a 12-point lead, and Washington's out of timeouts.
Yeah, a field goal here only gives, well, it gives them 15. I get that's important. The least they're going to try to do here is try to draw Washington offsides.
2 for 2 on 4th down today for the Ducks. Jordan Davison, one of the tailbacks. And a big play as they give it to Whittington, and he's just dragged down and dropped.
Yeah, on top of that, they don't give the Washington the ball inside the 5. They get the ball way at the 15.
And it's Durfee that makes the play.
Yes. Slow developing play for less but a yard and a foot maybe. Durfee throws him down.
So that's a loss of 8.
I didn't mind them going for it. If you get the first down, the game's over.
Instead, Huskies have it back. They don't have any timeouts, but they do have the 2-minute timeout.
I think Dante Moore wanted that football back. They're lucky it wasn't a fumble. Noah Whittington was clamping on it, and Moore wanted it.
So now it's in the hands of Damon Williams. And he's all by his lonesome in the Husky backfield. Extra rusher coming. He got rid of it. Diving catch made by Omari Evans.
Yeah, that'll take it to the 2-minute timeout, I think.
Yep.
They won't get the receiver back in time to snap it.
And we are at the 2-minute timeout. Omari Evans stretching out on that pass. 2 minutes left for the Huskies to do something about it, but they got the very best highlights and give you their take on who's in and who's out of the college football playoff. That's all coming up on the US Army postgame show. Dante Moore, every time we've seen him with playoff chances on the line, big moments, big games, he's delivered, and he did it again today.
Sure did. 3 big completions all year against Penn State. In that overtime, he ducked under and made it. Then the dart against Iowa, they had to have it. And then when it got tight, he delivered again to bust this game open. It's not over yet. but 3 clutch throws to put Oregon into the playoffs if they can finish this thing off.
Huskies are out of timeouts. Whatever they do, they have to do in a hurry. Damon Williams. And he's going to get dropped. That's the last thing they needed to happen, and it's Tuioti again.
Yeah, that sack's almost on the quarterback, Damon. As Brad made the call, you could almost feel what he was thinking, that he needed to just throw it away.
Now he's in trouble again. He somehow got away, throws on the run, and he throws a strike. And it's a first down. Got it to his tight end, Decker DeGraff, and time is of the essence.
Yeah, you just in college ball, because of the stopping the clock for first down, you just don't need as much time as you do in the NFL with no timeouts.
Pick up of 24 out to the 41-yard line. Less than a minute and a half to go. Williams deep drop, loads and let it fly. And right there is Thiedemann to end the ball game with the interception.
Well, he ended the Penn State game with an interception, and that one puts Oregon in the playoffs with a home playoff game.
Well, it's desperation time at this point, and he tried to make something happen. It just wasn't there.
If you're the deep safety, be the deep safety on the play. Don't get your nose bleeding up front. Stay deep, be the deepest guy. And a ball that looks like a 50-50 ball when you throw it really isn't.
And fitting that a Thorpe finalist, Dylan Thiedemann, who was a freshman All-American 2 years ago at Purdue, All Big Ten a year ago. He'll be All Big Ten again, if not All-American. And his interception, 2 big ones, as Gary said, Penn State, and now this one has ended the Washington upset hope.
Yeah, this Washington team is not as deep as the Oregon team. Jed's did a great job of rebuilding this program, but just a little deeper football team for Oregon in this game.
No doubt. And good jobs all around, even the guys at the line of scrimmage, even though they talked a little smack all day long. Now they're shaking hands. A lot of respect between these two teams and two programs.
Yeah. Look at this football game. I just comparing this team to Oregon's team a year ago, I think they're more versatile in how they can beat you. I thought they were a little more finessey a year ago. Washington did a good job of stopping the run, but Dante Moore throws the ball deeper better than Dylan Gabriel.
I agree with you. In this case, he just has to take a knee.
And if they get the Corey and Moore back and Gary Bryant back, their 2 #1 receivers, that's a big difference.
So the 118th meeting goes to Oregon, and they have won 12 straight road games. That's a hard thing to do, no matter what conference you're in. And Duck and his friends pose for the pictures as victors. Dante Moore started the game slow, and once he got rolling, he became Dante Moore again. Now it's time for the play of the game, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. Jerry Allen calling it for Oregon Radio, and it sounded like this.
Dante ready for the ball, got it, back to throw. Pressure comes, steps up, throws down the middle, it is caught. 45-yard line, 40, down across the 30, may score, 10, 5, touchdown Oregon! Oh my gosh, how quick can that happen? That quick!
Exactly that quick. Quick as an eye blink for the touchdown and the capper, and Dan Lanning's with Jenny Dell.
Coach, in talking about this rivalry, you said in past matchups you've had nightmares about it. You're going to dream well tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about being the villain this week, and we got to put our mask on and go into somebody else's territory. Our guys did that today.
We always talk about your offense. Let's give your defense a little bit of love. What stood out about the way that they contained Damon Williams?
Yeah, just great composure. He's hard to get on the ground. We even saw it in that last drive, but they just kept playing the next play. Right, we talked about takeaways being huge. We had 2 huge takeaways in this game. Were really the difference in the game.
As you prepare for now the postseason, what is the ceiling for this team?
Yeah, time will tell. Time will tell. I know this team's going to go to work, and we'll see what we get the opportunity to do, but we're excited about that opportunity.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you so much, Jenny. Have a good one.
So they wanted to play the villain. It worked on the road. A win for Oregon to go to 11-1.